Good afternoon, Flawsome Moms, Flawsome parents. We're not just moms in this group, I know. Listen, I know it has been a hot second since I have been in this community and active and posting. And I wanted to do two things. One is to apologize because it is through our engagement in this community that it is valuable and that its value is demonstrated to each of us, over and over and on a daily basis. And I haven't been doing that for y'all, and I just wanted to acknowledge it and to say that I'm sorry. And I know that it's valuable when we all do it. I have been away for a little while, and I came back in and saw all of these posts from active community members, and it's so, brings such a smile to my face. So I want to thank you all for continuing to do that in my absence. And I also wanted to pop in and just give you a little bit of explanation as to why I have been MIA for the last few weeks. I have been experiencing some health issues and unexplained pain that showed up in my bicep. I thought I had pulled a muscle, and it kind of moved around, and my arm had some swelling that I was dealing with, and otherwise I felt fine. No other symptoms. Anyway, that went on for a couple of weeks, and eventually I started seeing some changes that I thought I couldn't ignore anymore. So I went to the doctor. I was referred to a couple of different places, and over the course of 1 week, ended up in the emergency room, had an ultrasound to evaluate for a blood clot, learned that I had a blood clot in my axillary and subclavian veins, was immediately put on a blood thinner. Within 2 days, had seen a cardiothoracic surgeon, was referred to a second cardiothoracic surgeon, and within 4 days was undergoing diagnostic outpatient surgery to try to understand why I was clotting. Bottom line, I've had that outpatient surgery. I am healing beautifully. I remain on a blood thinner, and we are working through various other diagnostics to try to understand why. At 46, this literally happened on my 46th birthday, I'm developing blood clots in my veins. A few things we know. One, we know that I have something called thoracic output syndrome. So that is a narrowing of the space between my first rib and my clavicle. And due to the muscles in there and just the amount of space coming out of my clavicle, my subclavian area, when my arm goes overhead, and especially when I'm lifting heavy weights overhead, as I have been doing for the last 18 months, it closes, that space closes, and it prevents blood flow through my vein. So we know that that is happening, and in a couple of weeks, I will have some more answers as to what can be done about that. One option is to remain on blood thinner, permanently, but there may be some surgical treatments that could be done as well. We also, just to be safe, are ruling out any kind of underlying cancer or clotting disorders. So tomorrow I have an appointment with oncology and hematology to do some of those necessary tests. I feel much, much better. The pain is gone. It was a constant ache. I could not escape it. And that is gone, and I'm feeling better. And my arm is not swelling, and I even have gone back to doing some gentle exercising. So I am making my way back to a full recovery, and I just, again, wanted to come in and share this story with you all for two reasons. One, to explain my absence from this community, which has brought me so much joy since we started it. And number two is to tell you that I think especially as moms, we may tend to downplay experiences we are having physically. And sometimes that's okay because, little shifts, little aches, pains, they can come and go, and obsessing over them does not help. But sometimes we need to listen to our guts and say, something is not right, and I need some help. And I'm very glad that I ultimately made that decision. It took me time. It took me some time. But I ultimately made that decision and am getting the kind of care and treatment and help that I need. So, thank you all for your continued presence in this community and for sharing yourselves with me and with everyone else who's here. And that's all. More to come.